together and they go with the Lord, they're in the right place. And it's a comforting, secure place.
Beautiful. Grace?
I think it comes from that line that you spoke of earlier. Cherish the past, trust God with the future. It's all a part of how we grow.
Mhm.
I'd like to ask you because we're here in Tampa and we have many military families. We had some dear friends who left about a year ago, and we'd grown very close. And I was thinking to myself, how do they do this all the time? How do they get close to people and then leave them? Do you have any advice for military families in particular about how to navigate that?
Yeah, that is a special challenge, and I feel extremely grateful to those military families that they are willing to live that life for our sakes, really. And we've actually had a few military families write to us after they read the book and how it so blessed them and touched them and encouraged them. And I think what they're saying is that there's a security when you're with family, and then it's also very worthwhile, just like these friends did with you, to purpose to get to know people, even though you don't think you're going to be there maybe for a long time. It's still so rich, and family and relationships like that can go on, even though you move away from each other. So it's worth it.
I love that answer. And as you were talking about how you've had military families reach out and tell you they love the book, it occurred to me you can bring the book with you everywhere you go. You can bring the things that you love with you to the next home. And sometimes, I promise you, even though my house in Tampa looks nothing like my house in Miami, because I have the familiar things that I love surrounding me, sometimes I forget. And I think I'm just home where I've always been.
Yeah, whether it's photographs of your
Yes.
family or that special lamp from your grandma, it's
Yes.
all with you.
Now, I know that I can't keep my same furniture forever. So
None
that,
of us can. None of us can. Sometimes I
I
try.
mean, you would not want me to keep my same furniture forever, which brings me to the final topic of conversation today. I love so much that you took on the established home, and now we get to watch your YouTube series, Jean's House on the Lake. What's next for you, and what has this whole TV adventure been like for both of you?
Well, first of all, it was unexpected to be able to do this, but we have enjoyed it so much. And we've realized that a lot of people are helped and have a lot of pleasure watching what we're doing. And so putting it now on YouTube is really fun because we're taking a different tack. We're talking right to the camera, talking to the people that are watching us. And we have several series going at the same time because we're following projects in real time. So we're following my lake house project. We're following a house we call the French house. We're going to be following Grace's remodel of her brand new house. And it's just a really fun opportunity to get to talk more closely with people that follow us.
I love so much. I mean, obviously, everything that you do, your taste is exquisite. It's absolutely perfect. But I would say my favorite part of the whole series is watching you two interact. There is so much love. The moments where you're so encouraging, Jean, of Grace, and you're like, well, Grace likes this. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but Grace, you were right. It turned out beautiful. The mother-daughter relationship, it was supposed to be a series about designing homes, but for me, my husband and I talk about this all the time, it turned into a series about a really beautiful mother-daughter relationship.
Oh, well, Grace is a very easy person to love, but I do feel this is a really important way to treat children as they grow and become young adults and mothers or fathers on their own, is that they are so worthy of respecting because they have so much to offer. Sometimes it's hard to let go of that parenting role that I know everything and they need to just keep learning from me. But what I have found is that I have learned so much from them. I've grown as an adult as a result of my adult children speaking into my life, showing me different things, bringing me into different experiences. It's just, added so much, and I can't imagine what it would have been like without that.
Oh.
Oh, Grace, what are you taking from your upbringing and using to raise your own children?
Yeah, I think that is kind of a superpower that my mom has is encouraging young people to live to their potential and seeing value in them. And it's been such a gift to me. And you can feel it when somebody truly believes in you and values you instead of just kind of pretending and placating. And
Hmm.
so um, it is my biggest goal to have the same relationship with my children and encourage them in their own endeavors.
And when we read the book, we know it's authentic because you talk about family and togetherness in the book, and it's actually how you live your lives. Like anybody who has ever watched you knows that family is everything, and family involvement is
Mhm.
everything. So when you look back at all your successes and how far you've come, what is the thing that makes you the most proud?
Well, I would say in this vein, honestly, that our whole family is in this endeavor together. And as a result, our relationships are very close. I mean, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You
Sure.
can imagine we have, but it's also working together, solving problems together, even in relationships, solving those problems together, keeping us keeping us as a unit. And I feel like there's so much strength in that.
Mhm.
I feel so thankful.
Yeah, we feel so blessed to be able to work together every day. I mean, I work with my brothers too. And so I just had someone ask me the other day, how often do you see your brothers? And I'm like, a lot. I do see them a ton and just so thankful. I mean, who gets to work with family? It feels like such a gift.
Is there a family ritual that's beautiful and non-negotiable and has stood the test of time?
Well, the last many years, we've taken a family vacation together. We rent a house that we can all drive easily to, that's big enough for the whole family. We're up to 23 now.
Wow.
And we have a whole week there of, and we
And
don't really
yeah,
leave the
it's in the
compound.
middle of nowhere, and there's so many kids that we just don't leave. We cook
We cook all the
every meal.
meals, 3 meals a day plus snacks for 23 people. The amount of groceries we have to bring is overwhelming. But we go away from it. There's a swimming pool there and a soccer field, and we just go away from it thinking, we love this. We love
Mhm.
each other. We always do karaoke, which some people are very good
Yeah.
at, some people are awful at. So it's just fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. All right, we have like 20 seconds, but since you mentioned cooking, it reminded me of kitchens. And so now my brain is thinking, what is your current obsession, must have thing in a kitchen very quickly?
A workstation sink, I
Mm.
think.
Okay, what about for you, Grace?
Oh man.
Think good lighting. So important.
A must-have though, or latest
Or
obsession.
latest obsession. It doesn't have to
Um,
be a must have, it could be a dream.
um, Big windows. I think that windows in a kitchen and natural light and maybe not even an upper cabinet in sight is my
Wow.
favorite type of kitchen.
Oh, well, this has been one of my absolute favorite conversations, but I told you it would fly by, and it did. Thank you, ladies, so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
It was a pleasure. Remember, the book is called We Are Home When We're Together. Pick up a copy now. We'll see you next time on Maggie and the Moms.
We had such a great experience with Empire, we would recommend it to anyone.
Real customers share their stories about Empire's home floor advantage.
As a matter of fact, we already have. Customer service and the personal touch was really where it's at. The quality, too, is important to us, and the quality of the flooring was great. I mean, we've had people come in our home and say, wow, this is really beautiful. Where'd you have it done? Empire.
800-588-2300 Today. This week at your hometown Baumgars, shop the brands you love and the products you need, all at unbeatable prices. Don't miss out on our weekly deals. At Baumgars, you'll find what you need when you need it.
Oh no! Save Yeti from himself. Play Candy Crush now.
This is a story about the one. The one who can fix nearly anything and turns to Granger, who has almost everything. He troubleshoots issues, maintains the facility, and keeps it all on track. Few may see him put the work in, but when they see the results, they know he's the one who keeps the doors open. The high-quality industrial products you need, plus a million more. Call, click Granger.com, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Federal prosecutors are revealing new video of the man they say tried to kill President Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday. Take a look at your screen. The U.S. Attorney's Office says this shows Cole Allen firing his weapon at a Secret Service officer as he charged toward the ballroom.
Welcome to another edition of Radiance Reboot. I'm Amy Rutledge. You've likely heard the phrase playing the long game, and it usually is in reference to life, career, and relationships that prioritizes future success and sustainability over instant gratification. Well, the same is true when we're talking about skincare. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Sabrina Fabi says attacking that dark spot or wrinkle aggressively now could mean bigger problems in a day, but it's not a day thing. It's a long-term thing.
Right. I tell my patients it's about a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay.
And sometimes when you do things, it can end up backfiring on you because you end up your skin can get irritated, but you might regret that decision like a year or 2 years down the road.
Okay. So what should people start with when they're thinking about long game?
I would think about what's supporting the environment holistically, like my organism, my host, my system, not like what's going to help with the one brown spot that I don't like or the one wrinkle that I don't like. It's kind of shifting into like a holistic approach when it comes to your skincare. So what does that mean? Things that could potentially bring down cortisol, which is ultimately the hormone that drives havoc in your system, right?
Yes.
Whether it's acne in your 20s or whether it's breaking down your collagen and elastin in your 40s.
Okay.
And so that's where I like to, that's really kind of one of the reasons behind why I developed XOMD was with the thought in mind that you can try to bring down pigment or you can try to bring down a wrinkle, but if the environment is not optimized,
right,
then it's a short-term gain from whatever it is that you're using. And you don't need 12 steps
right,
to accomplish this. Sometimes in those 12 steps, you actually irritate your skin more,
right,
disrupt the barrier more with all your alpha and beta hydroxy acids and your scrubs and in fact, that is hurting your skin, which can ultimately, I think, disrupt and make you look older later.
So in terms of skincare products
Yes.
and what you do every day, is it more about managing stress, anxiety, and inflammation than it is really about treating your skin?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It's like getting to the root of why the issue is there.
Right.
Not trying to just put a bandage over the symptom of the much greater cause. So if you can take it like from a 30,000 foot view, if you can like address the root cause of aging or acne or redness, then perhaps you don't need all these steps.
What if it's like we're talking about acne in our teens and 20s, but what about the acne when you have children or things like that as you age that you're trying to fix in the moment? Are you causing problems down the road?
I think that you might even cause problems in that moment, too, right? Like some people I see like start scrubbing their face with a beta hydroxy acid twice a day. But in your 40s, your barrier is not what it was in your 20s.
Right.
So now you're not creating the oil production that you used to create to make your skin as forgiving to all of those acids that you're putting on it.
Okay.
So sometimes there's just not that awareness that what worked in our 20s just doesn't work in our 40s anymore.
Okay, but what about like a retinol, Retin-A, all those things which help with the wrinkles, but they can also be super drying?
I agree. And so that's why that's such a great question, Amy. You know, there's been a lot of controversy with this. Yes, for a long time, there's no doubt that if there's something topically that can really bind to a receptor to stimulate collagen and elastin, it is a retinoid, right? Specifically tretinoin.
Tretinoin, okay.
Retinoic acid, because all of these other variations like retinol ester or retinol don't always convert to the active ingredient that your skin recognizes.
Okay.
So they're not all created equal.
Okay, good to know.
The prescription grade is the one that does have a receptor that binds.
Okay.
Now there are other more medical grade ones that have enough of a concentration
Okay.
of a retinol to make a difference. But that you know, that's where it does come down to getting a dermatologist recommendation on
Yes.
this. Nevertheless, you're right. It's like you have to weigh it with, is my skin very reactive? Do I have eczema and a compromised barrier? And so it's not worth the win that this retinoic acid can do for me. Maybe I need instead a laser, or maybe I need a different type of topical that can stimulate that collagen and elastin without causing the irritation and the dryness
And ruining the skin barrier.
Right.
Right.
So that it's a personalized approach. It's a thoughtful approach. That's really what Slow Beauty is. It's not just taking the trend that everyone is posting on and just applying it to yourself. It's recognizing that you as an individual have your own unique composition, and you have to thoughtfully integrate things to support your skin.
Well, then I have to ask you, because you look at TikTok and social media, or you walk into a Sephora, there are so many products on the market, and people just go on what they're seeing in, you know, on these socials, and they're trying everything, and they could be doing 15-step product cleansings
Or
every
like
night.
12-year-olds now that are doing it too.
Yeah.
And it may not necessarily be what's right for you and your skin. Because in your 20s, for instance, you might have really good estrogen, progesterone levels. Your skin is a little oilier, right? In your 40s, your progesterone drops, oil production decreases, your skin is dry. So you don't maybe need all this alpha and beta hydroxy acid. You don't maybe need the products that you were doing and that work then now.
Yeah. It's like having to change your makeup as you age. You need to change your skincare as you age.
Absolutely.
Okay. But the bottom line is, really, it starts with seeing a dermatologist.
It starts with seeing a dermatologist.
Okay.
Yeah, who can like identify your unique need and then recommend and customize from there.
GLP-1 medications have been around for more than 20 years. First research to identify GLP-1 and its potential happened in the 80s, and the first FDA approval for type 2 diabetes happened in 2005. Now we are seeing more and more weight loss medications hitting the market, and while they are a huge benefit to people battling weight loss-related health issues, if you're not getting them from a trusted source, you could be doing more harm than good. Aesthetic nurse injector Neha Fengel joined Tanya Francisco and I to talk about the dangers of buying injectables online. I saw an article recently of a Big Brother candidate or somebody who was on the show who almost died from getting black market Ozempic.
Yeah, she was on the UK Big Brother show, and she said that she got this injectable on the black market. She took quite a bit of it, more than her recommended dose, and she said she was puking. She was nauseated, she had diarrhea, and at one point she had 3 bags of vomit next to her.
Oh my goodness.
And it's awful. And then you hear, I just read another article, this 26-year-old, she was a social media influencer. You know how every company wants to use these social media influencers to get their name out. They gave her the medication for free.
Okay.
She took 5 times her recommended dose.
What?
Okay. She didn't know that. They told her to take 0.5. She took 0.5 and ended up in the hospital puking.
Oh, so she did what they were told her to do still.
Apparently, and she contacted them, and their response was, well, nausea is a side effect of it, so, you know, good luck. And ended up taking 5 times her dose, went back to the hospital with heart palpitations, had some elevated liver enzymes. I mean, she could have really died, right?
Yeah.
So to get these medications online and not knowing who you're going to go to, where, like the sterility of the drug and where it's being made and who you're getting it from is such a big issue out there.
Yeah, because I imagine that's why they're so cheap, because you don't know what's in it.
Correct, right? And so I get that all the time. Neha, you're a little bit more expensive. You know, I can get it on, you know, this website or this website for $50 or $100. And I say, you know, you're not paying for just the drug. You're paying for the expertise, the knowledge, the support. You can go online and just ask for the medication and someone's going to give it to you. But how do you know you qualify for it? And how do you know what drugs are good for you and what medications and what side effects? In a given week, probably anywhere from 3 to 5 messages I get. hey, I have this vial, what do I pull the injections out to? Or, hey, I'm having this side effects, what do you think I could do? And it's like, I can't really guide you because I'm not your medical provider. You need to reach out to the company that you got the medication from. But there are just so many people that are looking for that bargain. And hey, look, I know times are tough. I'm for that bargain, but at what cost, right? And looking for the segment, I all of a sudden found, Facebook clickbait.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's just no way that you can get an injectable for $50. Come on.
I scroll through Instagram and no more than 7 or 8 different companies pop up. And yeah, I got on there once just to see what it was, and I went through the profile, and they recommended 3 drugs I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is a bad idea.
Well, are the drugs coming from China or like Europe or, someplace like that? Are they being regulated? And do you know if you're a candidate, if you don't even have like a meeting with a provider, a consultation, how do you know that you're okay? What if you have an underlying thyroid issue, or you have elevated liver enzymes, or you really are a diabetic and have hypertension and things like that? Like, I know times are tough, but at what cost do you say, I'm going to take the cheaper route and not go see a medical provider?
Because I think when you're on those drugs, aren't you monitored?
You're
during the
supposed to
period
be.
of time that
So
you're on them?
when you come and see me, my goal is for you to come in, weigh in, do a consult. We check your blood work, make sure you qualify, and then you come in weekly or monthly or bi-weekly, whatever. Usually monthly. I'll give you some injections and you follow up with me just to make sure that you're on the right path. What if I'm giving you the injectables and you say, hey, Neha, I'm following the protocol, but I still can't lose weight? Maybe there's an underlying issue. When you're getting it online, who are you talking to besides constantly getting those refills and getting it shipped to your house? There's no one. And these injectables are so good, and they do help people who have struggled with weight loss for so long. But it's for people who have struggled. It's not for people who just want to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds, get on it, get off of it, get back on. It's not meant to be abused in that way, and there's a lot of people that abuse it because it can be found online for so cheap.
And you're not talking about compounded. Compounding, it has nothing to do with that being a bad thing, because a lot of people do compound medications, correct?
Absolutely. Ozempic and Wegovy have a compounded ingredient in there called semaglutide, and I do use that. And Mounjaro and Zepbound have trizepatide. I use that also. 2 different medications. Zepbound just doesn't have as many, or the trizepatide doesn't have as many side effects as the semaglutide does. But that has nothing to do with you getting those medications online, because those are still legit medications. We're just not able to dispense the name brand because those are obviously still, we're dealing with some shortages for the patients that truly do need that.
And then there are other ways to treat if you do have a condition that may not use those medications that may also give you the same effects, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, and a lot of it is supplements too. There are some supplements out there. Actually, I was talking to a lady who owns a company, and she has a GLP support. And so she was like, hey, if you don't want to do this injectable, try this. And that would actually be a better route than going online and getting the medication from someplace that, I don't know.
That you don't know. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody's regulating.
Right. But then I get the messages, hey, Neha, I got this vial, and this is a syringe. What do I fill it up to? And I'm like, oh my God, why are you doing that?
But what's a GLP support then? So if somebody sees that, are they going to be like, oh, I could do this and I'm okay?
So it's more so just supporting the actual medication. So it doesn't it's not an actual medication. It's more of like a supplement, like a vitamin, some sort of, it kind of goes together with it. You could do it separately. It doesn't mean that you're going to lose weight loss with it, but it will support those same pathways that those medications affect.
Okay, got it.
Well, it's a lot out there, but I think the message here is see a professional.
Yes, please go see a professional.
Okay, welcome back. We're doing Fitness Bites again today. Orange Theory head coach Lindsay Mallitz is joining me. We're talking hamstrings today.
Yes.
Because again, you don't have to do an hour or 2 in the gym every day. Little things now and then. Pick up some weights, do some exercises, get your body moving, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so today's hamstrings. What can we do at home for hamstrings?
So hamstring's super accessible. First off, if you don't know what your hamstring is the muscle on the back side of your leg, your posterior chain. So really easy. Hamstrings can be worked with no weights at all. But today we are going to pick up a dumbbell.
Okay.
And we are going to start with what's called a good morning. So we're simply going to take that weight, we're going to bring it right to our chest.
Okay.
And we're going to hinge. So hamstring is all about the hinge. We have a soft bend in our knee, and we are just going to hinge, sending our hips back and away from the midline of our body. Do you feel that in your hamstrings?
Yep.
And standing right back up. So I kind of like to reference it as if you had a big bag of groceries, your hands weren't free, and you wanted to shut your car door.
Oh, using your butt?
Push it, yes, with your butt.
Is there anything you have to be careful of to protect, like lower back or anything in a movement like this?
The more of a load that you're holding, the more you want to protect your lower back.
Okay.
But the way we do that is just by paying attention to our core.
Okay.
So always sucking your lower belly in and paying attention to what your core is doing.
Okay, because you want to be able to feel it in the hamstrings, but only in the hamstrings, correct?
Correct.
Okay. These actually feel really good.
It's a kind of a stretch as well, right?
It feels really
Yes.
good. Okay, so then we're going to do one on the floor too,
Yes.
correct?
So we're going to come down to the floor into a standard bridge position. So laying all the way down, planting your feet on the floor, your arms can just rest comfortably to the side.
Okay.
And then you're just going to take your hips all the way up. You're going to feel this in your glutes and your hamstrings. And now we're going to make it a compound movement by taking our feet for a little bit of a walk.
Okay.
So popping up onto your heels, you're just going to walk your feet all the way out. As your feet get longer away from you, you're going to feel that in your hamstrings.
Yeah.
And then you can walk those heels back in. So glutes are activated, but your hamstrings are also activated as you walk those feet out and back in.
Yeah, I could see that. That's going to burn after a little while.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and you can actually get your heart rate up a little bit doing this too.
Absolutely.
Ooh, okay, that was a good one. Whew. All right, so that's for your hamstring. So if you missed the first circuit, we did our bis and our tris, so make sure to go back and watch that one as well.
Feeling like going hard in the gym today? Or maybe it's a more mellow, stretching kind of yoga day. Did you know there can be real health benefits to syncing your workouts and nutrition to your menstrual cycle? Dr. Wendy McDonald sat down with us to explain how it all works.
Cycle syncing is actually more related to changing your lifestyle, your behaviors, your food, your exercise, depending on where you are in your menstrual cycle.
Okay.
So we have to think about the menstrual cycle, not just your period, right?
Okay,
There's actually 4 phases. Your menstruation, then you have the follicular phase, which is where the egg is kind of getting ready to ovulate, to release. You have ovulation, where the egg releases. You have the luteal phase, where either you get pregnant or you don't, while everything's kind of getting ready. And then you have the menstrual cycle again. So those are like the 4 phases. And so pretty much at the beginning of one cycle, you might have more like energy because the body is gearing up for this ovulation. The estrogen levels are high. So we think, do your good workouts, your high intensity workouts, eat your good nutritious foods. And then in the second half, kind of high level, your body is kind of starting to mellow out. So then it's like, okay, do I hit the gym really hard or do I just stay relatively active but actually like dial back, get my good fatty foods, get my good like proteins in, and kind of then get ready for the period again.
Now, what happens if you don't pay attention to that? Does your workout suffer? Do you harm yourself? Do you make yourself less susceptible to getting pregnant?
Right. So depending on what your goals are, right? Some people want to get pregnant, some people don't. So I think there's a little bit of nuance there. But I think that I'm less concerned about people injuring themselves, more concerned about not optimizing their health. So say you're in the first half of your cycle, but you're eating like chips and pop every day, you're not getting the good nutrition that you need to really optimize that exercise and keep your body like as high conditioned as possible. And then conversely, you're getting ready for your period and you're trying to hit the Peloton super hard and your body is like, bro, sit down. You know what I mean? And so you almost kind of want to just be aware so that you don't expect more or less from your body, I guess.
Can you work against your hormones too as they rise and fall?
I don't know that you're working against them. I just think you might not be working with them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I think if your body is telling you it's time to sit down and you're pushing past that, you might actually, be more fatigued than you would have otherwise. You might actually not feel as good, after the workout because you pushed it harder than you needed to in that moment.
This seems so high level.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to know which phase we're in and at what time?
So first off, start by tracking your cycle. And by the way, if you're on birth control, hormonal birth control, this may not actually be as useful because our bodies are not doing the same rises and falls of those phases if you're on like a birth control pill, right? But say you're not. First off, start off by tracking your cycle. A lot of the apps will tell you what phase you're in. So that's kind of important. And say you find that you're not consistent, right? You're not getting your period when you thought you would. Your ovulation is all over the place. That's probably time to see a healthcare provider.
Yeah.
Because you may be somebody who's either not ovulating or you may have like, other things like endometriosis or fibroids where it's like, why am I bleeding at this point and not at that point?
Right.
Yeah. So we should be aware.
If you're one of those people who are trying to get pregnant,
yes.
Or if you're, when you get to your period and you want all the greasy foods, are you setting yourself up for failure in the next cycle by not
Yeah, so I think one thing that is consistent with all the phases, which as I did a little deep dive into this, I really realized that pretty much every phase says you need to eat fruits and vegetables. Okay, we need to avoid a lot of high simple sugars and super simple carbohydrates, processed foods, right? All of those things are actually kind of pro-inflammatory and not great for trying to conceive or for optimizing your workout and your energy levels. So generally speaking, we want to avoid the greasy foods anyway. So when I say good fats, I'm like, get your nuts, get your avocado, that kind of stuff, as opposed to the fries and the milkshake. Exactly, the chocolate.
Is there a downside to cycle syncing?
I think the downside is maybe just not paying attention to your body and finding that, not realizing when there's a need for help.
Yeah.
So if you say, okay, well, if I don't do this and I change all of this and it's supposed to work for me and it doesn't, and you don't get help, or talk to a provider, or really do more research on your own body, I think that you could potentially set yourself up for longer term problems that you're not investigating, that you're not evaluating.
Yes.
So I don't think it's the end all be all, but I do think it's important for us to just know our bodies.
Listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
Yes.
This week at your hometown Baumgars, shop the brands you love and the products you need, all at unbeatable prices. Don't miss out on our weekly deal. At Baumgars, you'll find what you need when you need it.
Memberships are valid at all locations and include free towels and vacuums, unlimited washes, and member express lanes. Check them out at clubcarwash.com.
The special unit has just arrived.
Thanks, Jen. Everything rides on this robot. Everything.
It can't be. Only one move remaining.
Superior service, unmatched quality, premium amenities. clubcarwash.com.
In Joplin, being a good role model starts at home. When we roll our carts, we're teaching the next generation how to care for our community. And when the next generation rolls with it, the future's looking bright. Because recycling keeps Joplin's future rolling forward. Recycle. It's how we roll. Learn more at joplinrecycles.com.
All right, now let's talk relationships. If you've been through or are going through a divorce, you know it can be stressful and scary, but it doesn't have to be lonely. Author Jackie Philosoph is a divorcee and the creator of Divorce Girl Smiling, a guide and a community of trusted experts to help you navigate the ups and downs of the divorce process. Not only does it offer practical advice, it's also a place to help build a positive post-divorce life and look to a brighter future. She joined Tanya and me with details on how to get back to feeling like yourself.
I was married for 7 years.
Okay.
And, you know, when you start dating after divorce or you're getting back out there, it's terrifying. Mm-hmm. It was for me. So I was only married 7 years. Can you imagine if someone was married for 20 years or 30 years? Yep. It's traumatic and it's really scary.
Especially if you have young children like you did.
Right. Absolutely. It's just, it's uncomfortable getting back out there, and you're vulnerable and you're afraid what people are going to think, and you're a little older now and you might not physically feel, there's so many reasons people are really scared to do it.
I love the book, Who Let the Dogs Out. So each of the chapter is based on a date you went on, and you equate that person, I guess not all dates, but you equate that person to a different type of dog. Explain a little bit how you set this up.
So the book is funny and light, and I wanted people to laugh and be entertained, but it also touches on a lot of really serious topics: addiction, cheating, getting divorced, and I wanted to bring a little bit of levity and cuteness into it. And what's cuter than dogs? And I'm a dog lover, so I thought, what if I compared every guy that I told in the book, the stories, to a dog? And so I thought that would make people laugh and
Not that they're bad people, it's just that they carry the traits of these animals. Because I think one of them was a Bichon Frise.
Frise, right?
Yeah, so he's kind of what, hot and cold or something?
So, is that the hot and cold guy? I can't even remember. But no, none of these guys are bad people. And I really feel like, I hope if the guys read it, which a couple of them have, I've gotten a couple calls, that they don't think they were bad. It was just about what I learned and when I realized later why it wasn't right. And that's what I'm trying to share with people. You don't have to settle. You don't have to, just because you're divorced, like, oh, the clock's ticking. No, you're fine. You need to learn how to be comfortable with yourself, love yourself, be happy. And then if you meet someone, it's a bonus. And I'm not saying like you're never going to meet anyone. Of course you are. But really it's about not settling and not putting up with behavior that you don't deserve. You really deserve the best. And I put up with a lot in that book.
It's got 10 chapters. Give us some of the red flags that you've kind of discovered amongst your journey.
So, first one that comes to mind, when people are dating, you're going out to bars for a date or a restaurant. And if you go out with someone and he orders 5 beers in the first hour, that's something to think about. I'm not saying he's an alcoholic, but think about it. Another thing is if somebody shows you their behavior, their bad behavior, I mean, that's them. So don't say, oh, it was an isolated incident. It's never going to happen again. So again, just you deserve to be treated really, really well, especially after divorce. And that comes from self-respect and self-love, really. And I just don't want people to settle because they feel like, oh, I'm divorced and this is all I can get.
Oh, yeah, like you're picking up all the leftovers or whatever everybody else has. So because you have been through divorce, and I imagine you've talked to a lot of divorcees, what advice do you have for people that might be considering a divorce?
So a lot of people, I have a website, Divorced Girls Smiling, divorcedgirlsmiling.com, and I get a lot of questions, and people ask me all the time, should I get divorced? Here's my situation. And I give them advice based on their specific situations. But the biggest piece of advice I would say to somebody who's considering divorce is, I would say, are you getting divorced because you're thinking, oh, nothing's perfect, maybe I can do better? That's a bad reason to get divorced. If you're considering divorce, you have to say to yourself, am I not feeling healthy anymore in my marriage? Is this ruining my life? Is it affecting me? Can I fix this? If the answer is no, then divorce is your best option. Because nobody wants to be divorced, right? We didn't get married because we wanted to be divorced. But I would say, don't get divorced because you want to trade up. You want to, oh, I can do better. That's for dating. When you're married, really try to work it out and say to yourself, would I be better off alone? Not that you're going to be alone forever, but you have to be alone for a little while. And if you can honestly say, I would be happier being alone, then divorce is probably your best option.
Before we let you go, we see there's a ring on that left hand over there. So this story has a happy ending?
So in my book, the last chapter is my spouse, who I'm with now, who I've been with for 9 years. And everyone's like, are you guys going to get married? I don't know if it matters. 9 years, I already feel like I'm married. But I wanted people to read about my happy ending, which was that I met who I see as the love of my life. And it's a combination of me being in a really good place when I met him and really being at peace with being alone forever. I said, I'm 49 years old. I don't care if I'm alone forever. I'm doing great. And then I met him, and it was like the most greatest added bonus ever. And also he is an amazing person and brings out the best in me. And I have a whole list of how you know you're with the right person. You guys like each other, you respect each other, you have fun together. The physical part is good. You feel like you're with your best friend. I mean, these all sound like, oh, I've heard that a million times, but you got to read the book because there's a lot more in there.
And that is going to wrap up this edition of Radiance Reboot. Thanks so much for joining us. We will see you next time as we continue to learn how to reclaim our glow, look and feel our very best.
The special unit has just arrived.
Thanks, Jen. Everything rides on this robot. Everything.
It can't be. Only one move remaining.
Memberships are valid at all locations and include free towels and vacuums, unlimited washes, and member express lanes. Check them out at clubcarwash.com.
Oh no! Save Yeti from himself. Play Candy Crush now.
Have you been injured on the job? At the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm, we stand by hardworking people like you, those who keep our communities running every day. We'll fight to get you the compensation you deserve so you can focus on healing and getting back on your feet. Call the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm today for your free consultation. With years of experience and a proven record of success, we've got your back every step of the way.
Fighting for your rights and winning. That's the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm.
Get hands-on with your future at WTI. For more than 70 years, we've been helping people learn the kind of practical skills they need to start rewarding new careers. Blending hands-on, in-person learning with convenient online instruction, WTI uses personalized attention and smaller class sizes to help you master the skills employers are looking for so you can start your career with confidence. Now is the time to find your future. Get started at WTI.edu or stop by our Joplin campus today.
Have you been injured on the job? At the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm, we stand by hardworking people like you, those who keep our communities running every day. We'll fight to get you the compensation you deserve so you can focus on healing and getting back on your feet. Call the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm today for your free consultation. With years of experience and a proven record of success, we've got your back every step of the way.
Fighting for your rights and winning. That's the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm.
Welcome in, Two Dudes and a Doppler. There's new episodes every time that there's not tornadoes and me and Jamie aren't busy in the middle of spring season.
It's been one of those springs, man.
I feel so bad. Last couple weeks, there's been tornadoes on Friday. Two Dudes and a Doppler is supposed to come out on Friday, and we're like, guys, something's got to go. Either we don't do tornado coverage or we don't do Two Dudes and a Doppler.
Tornadoes go. I say get out of here.
You want the tornadoes get out of here?
Gone.
Hey, people, I know there's a tornado on the ground. Sirens are going off, but it's a vibey moment. We got to have Two Dudes and a Doppler. Yeah. So apologize for that. It's been a couple weeks, but
got to pull up my socks, Matt.
As long as you've looked outside at the weather, I think you realize why we haven't been able to do a couple of those episodes in another active week. So
yeah.
It's that
I was,
time
you know,
of year.
I was telling Bailey earlier. I was just like, it's not like we've had a lot of severe weather.
Yeah.
You know, we really haven't. I mean, yeah, we've had some little guys, some little tornadoes. It's just that it's like that specter has been there for week after week after week after week. Some weeks it's like multiple days where it's like there's severe weather around.
Yep. And it's it'll get like we have that line of storms that move in and they'll back off for a couple days. Then another line of storms will move in that'll back off for a couple days, and we've been teeter-tottering back and forth. I don't think this is going to go down as the most explosive spring that we've ever seen, the most ever, but it's been active.
I feel like April has behaved like May.
Yeah.
The way we've had severe weather this month. It's, a lot of times in May, you're going to have those weeks where you have multiple days where you deal with severe weather. Typically in April, it's a one and done. You might have one day a week that has severe weather, but usually it's just one day. This April hasn't been that way.
No. A whole lot of April showers, bringing the allergies, bringing the May flowers.
I've seen the flowers.
You're a big flower guy.
Yeah.
We're going to go into this episode. We're going to address some of the myths, like does April showers bring May flowers? That's not one of the myths I've highlighted, but we got some other good ones. Ones that people kind of believe that maybe they shouldn't. I asked our lovely producer, Gary, some of the myths, and he went about 2 out of 5 getting them right. I was like, are these true or false? And most of them I was able to trick him up on it, so that was fun. But before we get to that, I want to look at some good video of some tornadoes that have happened.
Yeah.
It's been this time where Just so many. We're in springtime. It's
Yeah.
the reason why we've been struggling to get these episodes out.
Before we get to it, you and I were talking about this earlier. A lot of folks have been like, Tornado Alley is shifting.
Yeah.
And some years, a lot of the tornadoes happen in the South or the Tennessee Valley.
It's been quiet there.
But it's been quiet there this year. This year, a lot of the severe weather has been in Tornado Alley. It's been in Oklahoma and Kansas and Nebraska and Iowa and even Minnesota and Wisconsin.
That's where we're going to go, to Oklahoma. That's a place that it has not been quiet for them in tornadoes. Gary, if you can, let's go to Enid, Oklahoma. I'm sure some people, if you're a weather enthusiast, you have already seen this by now. We've had to mute the audio on this because the person that's filming this screaming cuss words right now, understandably. But look at that. That has been ruled at least an EF3 tornado. Some people are calling for it to get bumped up to EF4. That went across the Air Force Base in Enid, Oklahoma. Look at the rotation, not on just the funnel, but the mesocyclone. We're looking above the funnel. You're seeing the clouds whip around. That's what's fueling the funnel.
What's kind of interesting for me is it's like, I feel like this guy's like poking his head out. He's just like,
I think he's kind of like, he's doing one of these. He's sticking the phone out. Hey, I'm in shelter, guys. Don't worry.
Man, it's just like this scary monster around the corner. I don't want it to see me. But come get me.
Man.
Yeah, no, that was just one of the tornadoes that day too. I mean, there were multiple tornadoes on that day. That was April 23rd. I think April 23rd.
Hold on. Let me. That was April 23rd. That was Thursday, April 23rd, and then those tornadoes broke down for us. It was just some basically rain and thunderstorm for us. So we didn't get tornadoes out of that. And what I think is interesting, we're seeing the view from the ground with the guy kind of sticking his phone out, recording. Mm-hmm. We also got the view from up above. Gary, if you can show that for me. This is over in Enid, Oklahoma. The same tornado system. Someone was flying in a plane, and they're able to kind of get the look from up above.
That's insane.
That is what that looked like.
That is, I feel like that is such a cool shot because you can see the suburbs down below. I mean, you can see the lights of the suburbs, and then you can see underneath the base of that thunderstorm and just how wicked it is. I mean, you can see the rain, you can see the lightning, and that's nonstop lightning. And somewhere in there, probably a tornado.
Yeah, that's you're watching, and you're like, oh man, hate to be them.
Yeah,
bad day to be over there.
Yeah.
It is just, and you're seeing the size of this too, where so much when we talk about tornadoes, we're just talking about that little cloud that's at the surface. And when you take a step back, this is a beast of a system that can go 50,000 feet into the air, but everyone cares about, are we going to have that little funnel that goes on top of my house or not? And that's the hard part to forecast of this. The lightning flashes are incredible. The lightning is beautiful, wrapped up into this little package.
I don't even think that's sped up. You know, I mean, if it is, it's just a little bit. I mean, just look at the nonstop lightning that's coming out of that storm.
Also, look at the plane, the wing. You can kind of see it starting to juggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Have some insider information. I talked to a pilot for United Airlines. That's my brother. He's a pilot.
I was going to say.
He used to fly.
Your brother?
He used to fly for the Navy, and he was actually stationed in Oklahoma, and now he flies for United. And he said one thing to the Navy is like, if there's thunderstorms, you're not going anywhere near it. When it's commercial, they're like, you
can push it.
We'll get you close, but you'll be just fine.
We got to get our folks there on time.
You can tell that this is one of kind of a commercial airliner where it's like, there's a thunderstorm over there. Don't worry about it. We're going to fly right by it.
Well, you know, over in Oklahoma, what's wild is, you know, when they get these guys in the choppers.
Yes.
And they're circling these tornadoes.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, God, there's got to be so much wind shear, but you know, I mean, I guess it depends on where you're, and I know that they can measure that stuff too. So, but I think that's pretty wild.
I get jealous because, you know, we'll send Parker Pageant out in the storm tracker and he'll be able to chase. And then there's like this level is like, man, I wish I was Parker Pageant and I can chase these storms in the storm tracker. And then there's another level where it's like, this guy has a helicopter in Oklahoma. He's flying into a tornado in a helicopter. Yeah. Our budget is not enough for a helicopter. I don't know if Mercy or if Cox, I know you guys have some helicopters. If you would like to partner with Ozarks First and fly into tornadoes whenever there's bad weather, let me know.
I don't have to have the helicopter. I dream of the day when I can enjoy this severe weather the way so many people do, and that's just watching the sky. Because here's the sad truth of it for us, and you know what? We know what we're getting into when we get into it. But like, when we go into this business, there's a love for weather that goes all the way back to when you were a little kid.
Yeah.
And that's all you really wanted, was just to watch the sky and see what it would do. And then you get a job, and then your job ironically puts you inside away from the storms that you really want to see.
Yeah.
And it's your job, and I understand, it's our job to relay the message of how these storms are behaving and where there's a danger and stuff like that. But, man, sometimes you just want to get out and watch it.
A lot of times when there's bad weather, I'll go into work that day when there's not a cloud in the sky. Then the system will come in, there'll be tornadoes, there'll be thunderstorms. I'll work a 10, 12-hour shift and never look out a window.
Yeah.
And then when I go back home, there's clear skies again. It's like I have missed everything.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. You go outside and it's just, and then it's just cold.
Yeah.
The front's already gone through. Now it's just cold and wet. So
sad.
Enough of that pity party. But
yeah, it would be nice if we could do what everyone else does. Tornado sirens go off and you run out to the front porch. You're like, where is it? I'm going to get a picture.
Yeah.
We're going to go to break. When we come back from a break, we have some good myths. Like, if a tornado's coming, should you be opening the windows or not?
Do you go outside?
Do you go outside? Is it too cold for snow? We're answering some popular myths once we get back from break. Stay with us.
Finding a dependable car to fit your budget shouldn't be hard. At Roper Honda West, we make it easy, and our powertrain pledge gives you peace of mind for every vehicle on our lot. We've got all the amenities of a big store with that low-pressure feeling of a small-town store.
When you expect the best, come see us at Roper Honda West.
Get hands-on with your future at WTI. For more than 70 years, we've been helping people learn the kind of practical skills they need to start rewarding new careers. Blending hands-on, in-person learning with convenient online instruction, WTI uses personalized attention and smaller class sizes to help you master the skills employers are looking for so you can start your career with confidence. Now is the time to find your future. Get started at WTI.edu or stop by our Joplin campus today.
This week at your hometown Baumgars, shop the brands you love and the products you need, all at unbeatable prices. Don't miss out on our weekly deals. At Baumgars, you'll find what you need when you need it.
Get hands-on with your future at WTI. For more than 70 years, we've been helping people learn the kind of practical skills they need to start rewarding new careers. Blending hands-on, in-person learning with convenient online instruction, WTI uses personalized attention and smaller class sizes to help you master the skills employers are looking for so you can start your career with confidence. Now is the time to find your future. Get started at WTI.edu or stop by our Joplin campus today.
When did soup get so popular? Eat lines.
Not me. I love lines.
What kind of a person loves lines?
Someone who enjoys playing Royal Kingdom while they wait. I literally can't wait to wait.
Yeah, a phone game?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that sounded fun. What was that?
That's the sound of a weenie boy smashing another puzzle.
Well, that must be expensive.
It's free.
What? I gotta download this.
Hey, after this is over, you want to go with me to the DMV? Their lines never move.
You want to hold it? Yeah. Good job, R. Everyone deserves a team they can count on. In the good times, the bad times, the hard times, all the time. At Aaron Sachs & Associates, when you need us, we'll be here.
Go Poppy. Go Poppy.
The whole team, ready for you. We got you.
We're back. Time for those myths. Some of them...
We're busting myths.
Some of them were too controversial that me and Jamie couldn't agree on. And one of them was like, ball lightning. I was like, that ain't real. And you're like, Matt, that is real. I'm like, I'm talking to a guy who also believes in Bigfoot. So, no. Some of them were too hot.
The truth is out there.
If people do like this, we may have to do a second wave.
I think that there's enough room in the world for Bigfoot. I'm not just going to go say, no, I've not seen it, so it can't possibly be. And I haven't seen Bigfoot. I've never seen any evidence of Bigfoot.
He could be out there. He could be out there.
There's a lot of people that got great stories, though, and it's like, God, I got to believe that there's,
could be something
truth in there.
All right. we are going to go to myths that we can answer, okay? These are myths that we know the answer to. Gary, pull that up for me. Fun little time with some weather myths. I even made these graphics. Look at
As
this.
you're doing that, you know what myth we kind of busted here in the last several weeks?
Which one?
That we made it to the moon.
Yeah. Well, there's still some people.
We didn't land on the moon.
There's still some people that believe
that it was a Hollywood.
Yeah, that Hollywood's been busy over the last couple months.
Well, okay. All right, moving on.
We don't have time for that. We're going these wonderful weather myths. Myth number 1. We tease this. In the event of an approaching tornado, you should open your windows to help equalize the pressure. Now, this all comes back from people. Tornadoes are very sporadic, where sometimes you'll see a tornado just level an entire neighborhood, but one little house is perfectly fine, and even the flowers on the front porch haven't been touched. And another famous picture I saw over in Joplin was a home was level, but there was a cake that was sitting perfectly on the kitchen counter, untouched, ready to be eaten. And some people say, well, they open their windows? It could be a case of opening your windows to help equalize the pressure. Jamie, is there anything to this?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, you and I were talking about this earlier. I mean, your house isn't a balloon. It's not a sealed environment.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of ways that air comes in and out of your home. And so with that, there's no point to trying to open a window to equalize pressure. Plus, it's just a waste of time. I mean, you need to use that time to get yourself in a safe spot.
A lot of things is, yes, the most important thing is when there's a tornado siren going off, we don't want you running around your house opening every single window. It's safety now.
Dadgummit, somebody nailed this one shut. I can't open it.
Oh, come on. I need to get to the basement, but this window's not going. Another problem, too, is a lot of dust and particles gets thrown around in tornadoes. You don't really want that slinging into your house. But the thing is, if it has an effect, it's very, very minimal. I think even the Mythbusters, not just the Matt and Jamie ones, the OG ones back in the 2000s tested this and found, no, not really a point to it. So last thing you need to be doing when a tornado has been issued is running around your house and opening every single window. If something that has 150 mile per hour winds wants to go through your living room, it's going to go through your living room.
And you know what? It's going to equalize the pressure just fine. It's going to take the roof right off, and everything's going to be equalized.
It will do it for you.
It'll do it for you.
What a great guy a tornado is, Gary.
Look how mean that one looks, though.
Yeah, give me myth 2. Let's get off that mean tornado. Myth 2. It simply could be too cold for snow to occur. This one,
it's tricky.
Got some truth to it. There is a core of that is true, but as that statement, you can get snow basically at any temperature, but the colder it gets, the harder and harder and harder it gets to get snow. So a little bit of truth to it.
What's interesting too is as it gets colder and colder, the types of snowflakes that will occur change.
Yes.
The density of the snowflake will change so that because at very, very cold temperatures, you get these very fine needles.
Yep. Or
of snow.
If you remember back to what we had in January when we had that 6-7 inches of snow. Sorry, kids. That was a very fine sugar powdery snow.
Yeah.
And so the most snow you're going to get is when temperatures are 32 degrees and you have a lot of moisture to play on. And
the snowflakes clump together.
The colder you get, the air can't hold as much moisture. The reason why you get into the summer and it's hot and it's humid is because the warmer air is, the more water it can kind of hold on top of it. Once you get colder, it doesn't really hold too much. I had a professor, my atmospheric thermodynamics professor, and he said, ladies and gentlemen, in this classroom that we are right now, if it was 100 degrees, the air in this classroom, or all the water in the air in this classroom, if we squeezed it all out, it could fill up a beer stein. But he goes, if it was 30 degrees, it would be a shot glass.
I like that he knew his audience, or her, I don't know.
Yeah, it's applying to the kids.
Right.
So basically the takeaway is warmer areas, the more moisture it can hold. Once you get cold, it's hard to really get moisture in the air and even harder to squeeze out some moisture. So this one, we'll go, I don't want to say busted. There's some truth to it, but you can get snow when it's really cold outside. you're just not going to get
A
as
lot
much.
of times, I think and I think some of why, there is a little bit of truth and why people kind of buy into this is that when we get these really, really cold air masses, sometimes we'll be forecasting snow, and we will even say it, well, it was a busted forecast because the colder air, the drier air pushed further south than we were anticipating. So it shoved the snow chances to the south, and we didn't see too much. That's happened.
Yeah.
Been on the receiving end of that one.
Let's go myth number 3. Myth number 3, Gary, if you can pull that up for me. Raindrops look like this. It's a very simple
You mean
one.
like cartoons?
Raindrops.
Like 3D cartoons?
Look like that right there. I hate to break it to you. That one's false.
Yeah.
Rain does not look like that in the atmosphere. So kind of that picture perfect drop is, when you think about water that's falling off of like your faucet, where you get a drop that starts to fall and then gets that shape to it, you need to have the water molecule holding on to something as gravity's pulling it down. And if nothing is holding on to that water molecule, you're not going to get that shape.
Nice job, automatic camera, following Matt on that one. That was great.
It follows me wherever I go. So if you're wondering, what does raindrops look like in the atmosphere?
Yeah.
Just a circle.
Not that.
And then once
Or a
they start to
pancake.
fall, they get a little squished. They kind of look like pancakes. So that picture perfect raindrop, the little teardrop, not really what you see in the atmosphere. Got anything to add to that, Jamie?
No, I think you did a great job with that graphic.
Yeah.
I like what you did with that.
The 3D ones.
Yeah.
Myth number 4. Let's see what myth number 4 is. Okay.
I love this one. Yeah, and your comeback on this one is good. So
I'll let you take it, Gary, or Jamie. I'll let you take it.
No, it's the idea that lightning never, and we've all heard this. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. It is kind of rare for lightning to hit any particular place, and I think that's where the myth kind of comes in. That's how it developed. But what were you telling me earlier? I mean, what's the obvious fact about lightning?
Guys, there is something called a lightning rod.
What's a lightning rod, Matt?
Entirely designed to be on top of a building to get struck with lightning again and again and again and again. That is the whole purpose of a lightning rod is, hey, lightning, how about you shoot this metal rod rather than the people down below? Yeah. Of course, lightning can hit the same place multiple times. Yeah. Now, if you're a person, probably not going to hit you, but if you're a very tall structure,
there are people that have been recorded to have been hit multiple times by lightning.
Yeah.
So even people
can be hit
multiple times by lightning.
If you still don't believe me on this, just type in a tall building, Empire State Building lightning strike, and you'll see, it got struck on this day, and got struck on this day, and struck on this day, and struck on this day, and struck on this day. So the entire purpose of a lightning rod is to get struck by the same place. It's very unlikely if you're not 100 feet in the air to get struck by lightning multiple times, but it is absolutely possible.
And lightning strikes don't actually look like that.
Yeah. They do look kind of cute and cartoony, though. They don't look as good. Oh, man. Gary, if you can't, go back to that lightning video that we had.
The Enid, Oklahoma tornado?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you can. We had that earlier in the show. Pull that up.
Ooh.
Lightning doesn't look like that. You're right. It doesn't look like my cute little graphic, but I'm assuming there's a place down there that may get hit more than once. I mean, look at how many lightning strikes are going off.
I mean, and think about airplanes that fly through thunderstorms, which is kind of a no-no, but sometimes they have to. They'll get hit multiple times by lightning.
Get a little zap on top of it?
Yeah.
All right, our fifth and potentially final weather myth, unless you can think of one off the top of your head, Jamie. Very simple.
Okay.
Fifth and final one is you can determine how far lightning is away by counting the seconds between the flash to the thunder. In other words, you're doing the old Mississippi. You see in your room it light up at night, and you go, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, boom!
Uh-oh, not a mile away.
That was 4 Mississippis away. True or false? Guesses at home. Jamie?
True.
It is true.
Yep.
Now, I think a lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people think it's 1 Mississippi, 1 mile. That is not true. That is what I was taught when I was a kid. It's not 1 Mississippi, 1 mile. It's not 1 second for 1 mile. It's 5 Mississippis. 5 seconds is 1 mile away from that lightning to thunder. So, and of course, we asked our director, Gary, about this myth, and he goes, well, sometimes I can't even say a Mississippi. It's like, that means it's right on top of you, bud.
Yeah,
that means you do not want to be going outside.
That means, that means you stay inside, away from windows, away
Yeah.
from anything that conduct electricity. Yeah. So
I'm going to put you on the spot, Jamie.
Okay.
5.
Ball lightning. True.
Man, I was going to ask you. I'll let you pick whatever weather myth you want to talk about, and we could play true or false, and you go right to ball lightning.
Is Bigfoot real?
Is Bigfoot real? I've seen him.
You've seen him? Have you heard him? You
I
heard
don't
the
know.
wood knocks? I just heard a wood knock.
I've seen some hairy people, and I've seen some big hairy guys, and I've seen some big hairy guys in some Ozark Mountains. Tell you what, if it's earlier in the morning or late at night, you may mistake some of those people as Bigfoot.
I thank my dad, not every day, but there are many days where I thank my dad for not being a hairy person. You know?
Yeah.
It's just it's a small blessing.
Could always be worse.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, folks.
I tell you what.
Listen here now. We gave you over some myths. Let's hope. I'm hoping that we can get some weather quiet for kind of the back half of May, and we can do some more of these episodes rather than be like, oh, there's a tornado, 2 dudes in a Doppler. May not happen this week.
Realistically, folks kind of may wonder, when are we out of severe weather season? Well, you can have severe weather any time of the year, but usually in this part of the country, it's long about the second week of June. That seems to be kind of the end point for your regular severe weather season. You can still get it after the second week of June, but typically after the second week of June, if you're getting severe weather, it's going to come in the form of wind or maybe a little bit of hail.
I know a lot of farmers like that because that's their kind of period. You get towards the end of May, start of June, they start wondering, all right, it's time to cut, bale some hay. Hopefully we can put down storm chances. So that's the pattern I'm hoping we can get into as well. Mm-hmm. Spring has been warm. Spring has also brought a whole lot of rain.
And think about we had that horrible freeze back in mid-March, and then we were pretty much done.
Yeah.
We haven't had to deal with freezes throughout the month of April, which some years you can get.
Yeah. Always bad on the plants when it happens too.
I hate it. Makes me sad. I had a lot of damage this year.
How's your garden looking this year?
Huh?
How's your garden looking this year?
They took a lot of the stuff took a beating from that big freeze back in mid-March. Big beating because it had been so warm and everything was coming out, and then it's like, oh, it's still wintertime. And then it wasn't wintertime, then it was spring again. So, but it's okay. We're past that. We're moving forward towards summertime. We're only a month out from summer.
I know. I got to get into my beach bod. Got to start working out a little bit more. Got to get some tan too. You're working me too hard. I can never get outside. But guys, that's been this week's episode of 2 Dudes in a Doppler. Talked about some myths, talked about some facts, talked about Bigfoot possibly being out there. More storm chances. So we're going to keep on doing these episodes for you guys. I hope you enjoy them. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you want to see. Keep pumping out content for you. We'll see you. I'm Matt. That's Jamie. We're 2 dudes and a Doppler.
And a Doppler.
See you guys.
With Noom, you can get started on a GLP-1 program for just $79. But it doesn't just stop there. Your GLP-1s are paired with a personalized plan, so you can lose the weight and keep it off.
Noom has helped me create really healthy habits. Now it's just what I do. It's just who I am.
With Noom, it's not just the medication. It is really a very comprehensive program.
GLP-1s to kickstart your weight loss. Noom to make it last. Get started today for $79 at Noom.com.
Welcome to Roper Honda in Webb City, your hometown dealership dedicated to our community. Our team is dedicated to finding the right vehicle for you. Our powertrain pledge gives you peace of mind, so come see us just east of the Praying Hands in Webb City.
This week at your hometown Baumgars, shop the brands you love and the products you need, all at unbeatable prices. Don't miss out on our weekly deal. At Baumgars, you'll find what you need when you need it.
We crushed it today, Red.
It's no level 20,000, Reds.
You've seen the end.
It never ends. Right, Color Bomb?
Time to chill after a day of destruction. Even heroes need a sweet break. Download Candy Crush and make your move.
My dad always says, if you've been hurt, it costs you nothing to see if we can help.
And it's true. Talking to us is always free. You won't pay a thing unless you win.
That's how he's done it for over 30 years, helping Missourians get back on their feet.
And now we do it together. 2 generations, 1 mission.
Because peace of mind shouldn't come with a price tag. If you've been hurt, call the Sachs family.
It costs nothing to see if we can help. And we'll walk you through every step. Aaron Sachs and Associates.
Wake up to the best mattress deals at Ashley's Memorial Day sale. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 60 months with no money down on top bedding brands. And get a free upgrade on select adjustable bases. Going on now, only at Ashley.
When I was injured at work, I was up against a multi-million-dollar company who was refusing to take responsibility. That's when I called Wood & Peterson. They took care of everything. They treated me like family, and they got me the help I needed. I'm so glad I made that call.
I'm Will Peterson of Wood & Peterson Law Firm. Give us a call at 451-4141 and see if we can help.
Have you been injured on the job? At the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm, we stand by hardworking people like you, those who keep our communities running every day. We'll fight to get you the compensation you deserve so you can focus on healing and getting back on your feet. Call the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm today for your free consultation. With years of experience and a proven record of success, we've got your back every step of the way.
Fighting for your rights and winning. That's the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm.
In Joplin, we know how to rock and roll, and that includes our recycling carts. Every time we roll our carts to the curb, we're turning cans, plastic bottles, paper, and cardboard into something new. So whether it's at the curb or at the recycling center, we can all do our part to help Joplin stay clean and green. Recycle. It's how we roll. Learn more at joplinrecycles.com.